And hello everybody, welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, August 8th. I'm Michael Taylor, host of the program, and we've got a good one for you. Hope you're enjoying your week as we head into the weekend. Temperatures starting to get cooler. We'll talk about that in a second, but right now, let's talk about who's on our program today, and we've got a good one for you. We want to welcome on Dr. Duna Roof from Envision. We're going to be talking about everything cataracts from A to Z, eye health, surgeries, detection, and what you can do to make sure that your vision is staying good for years to come. Then later in the program, we'll be talking to the CEO of the Orange County Fair, Michelle Richards. She's going to be here talking about this year's fair, some of the new attractions they have, some of the food offerings they have, and how you can make sure you enjoy your time the best way possible by getting those tickets early and heading out to the fair, and the hours and the dates and all that fun stuff. So we'll talk with her about that as well. Right now, we want to talk about something that's going on right here in the village, and that is the fact that Gate 12 is going to be closed as they do a seal coat over there on Monday, this coming Monday. The important thing to know is that that means all the facilities within the gate are going to be closed as well, because that's the only way in and out of there, and so there's no real access. So closed on Monday are going to be Clubhouse 2, Pool 2, the golf course, pickleball, paddleball over there, and 19 restaurants. So make sure you know that for Monday. Not going to be able to get in there as they do the new slurry project. It's only going to take one day. It'll be open the very next day. But on Monday, no business going on there over at Gate 12. Let's take a look outside at our weather while we're at it, and we have some nicer temperatures. We've pushed the temperatures down a little bit from previous forecast earlier in the week, and I think you're going to like it. Instead of the mid-80s we were talking about, it's going to be mostly low 80s to mid on Saturday. It's going to be our warmest day of the rest of the next 5-day forecast here, but really nice sunny skies. Little teeny bit of clouds in the morning, but that's closer to the beach areas. Really, they haven't been pushing in this far lately, so real cool temperatures though. Great summer weather. We'll take it. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset while we're at it. This is just a great picture of a horse getting hosed down there over at the Equestrian Center. They love their daily baths. I think they get over there, and they love that. It's really great for them. As you can see, this one's really enjoying it, getting a little taste of the water coming over there from the hose. Hope Bullock, thank you for sending us that picture. Sunrise this morning was 6:08. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:43. If you'd like to send us a picture from one of your clubs or events or whatever it might be, whether you're the lawn bowling club or pickleball or whatever it might be, send us a picture. We'd love to see some of your club activities going on there with folks in there. Also, of course, sunrise, sunsets, and whatever you have in the community. We take them all. Email us those pictures. Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the photo, and we will put it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, we got a couple of meetings to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll be talking about all things cataracts with Envision. Stay with us.
Welcome to Envision Eye Centers, conveniently located next to Laguna Woods. We offer cutting-edge technology that meets unsurpassed service.
You and your eyes are my priority. We will treat you with the utmost care and compassion.
Some might offer local exams, but they'll send you on a trek for surgery. Skip the unnecessary travel.
You can be confident that we will deliver the best outcome for your eyes.
Schedule your consultation today and see the world clearly. Call us or visit our website. No inconvenience, just expert care.
I want to welcome back to This Day from Envision Eye Centers, Dr. Duna Roof. Thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk about something cutting edge today.
Yeah.
And not in terms of cutting into your eyeball, but a lens that is adjustable lens technology. What is that exactly?
This is an incredibly cool technology that I'm so excited about, and it's relatively recent in the United States. It's been around here for more than a couple of years.
Okay.
It's been available outside the US for a while, more than 12 years, so we have a lot of long-term data on it.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yes, but it's new to us, so that's
Okay.
why it's so exciting. And I feel that this lens has really revolutionized how we do cataract surgery for a certain population of patients. So when we put a lens inside a patient's eye, that lens has a power the power of that lens is kind of like a contact lens power or a glasses power. It's customized for your own eye.
But it's fixed.
It's fixed.
That's what it's going to be.
You put the lens in, and it is what it is. You cannot change it after it's been implanted. But there are some patients that have unusual eye anatomy, or they have certain conditions in the eye that make calculating the power of the lens implant a lot more challenging for us. And it's a lot less predictable. So when we put a lens implant in these patients, we don't really know if the power is going to be just right. Before we had the adjustable lens, if we put this lens in the patient's eye, we were stuck. There's nothing that you can do about it afterwards. But somebody very smart invented an adjustable lens. So it's made out of a unique material where you can change the power of the lens implant after it's been implanted in the eye with a series of UV light treatments. So how is this done?
Wow.
The surgery is done just like a regular cataract surgery. You put the lens implant in, you still try to figure out what is the best power of the lens, and you put it in the eye, and then you allow the eye some time to heal, which is usually about 3 weeks.
Okay.
You just wait for any swelling or inflammation to resolve, and you allow the lens implant to settle in the eye. After that, we start doing a series of UV light treatments to the eye, where we shine a UV light at the lens for about 90 seconds, and it changes the power of the lens implant to perfect it. So it really brings the predictability level from a low, unpredictable level all the way to exactly where we want it to be.
Okay. So how are you doing that in terms of, are you bringing the patient in after the 3 weeks and they're doing a kind of a regular eye exam, you know, better, worse kind of thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we do a refraction, which is 1 or 2, which one is better. We figure out what is the prescription of the eyeball, and then we dilate the eye so that we have a full view of the lens implant. And then they sit on a chair just like they're getting an eye exam. The UV light is attached to a machine that has a very complex computer software, but it looks just like the eye exam machine.
Okay.
They put their chin on the chin rest, we shine a bright light at the lens, and anywhere from 60 to 120 seconds, it changes the power of the lens implant. And then they come back the next week, and if they're happy with where the prescription is, and if I'm happy with it, we go ahead and lock it in. So most patients require 3 visits of the UV light treatments, and at the final visit, it is locked in, and they're good to go.
Now, how do you know the exact moment that it's locked in? Is there a way to say, okay, the lens is perfect now, and we stop the light, or is it just fine adjustments?
So it's by measuring the patient's vision, and by measuring the prescription. So we have machines that measure if there is a prescription or astigmatism, nearsightedness, farsightedness, and those allow us to know whether we need to do more adjustments or not. And it's also very customizable. So for example, if we are doing monovision, meaning one eye far, one eye close up for a patient, which is something that we do often with cataract surgery. If the patient wants near vision at a certain distance, then I will put a lens implant in, targeting that distance. But then when they come in for their UV light treatment and they're like, you know what, I actually want it to be a little bit closer, I can do that. We can adjust it with the UV light treatment, and then typically they come in the next week for the next UV light treatment. They're like, yep, this is exactly where I wanted it to be. So we lock in the lens implant in that position. So that's the beauty of it. It's adjustable so that we can help the patient participate in where they want their visual outcome to be. So not only is it highly customizable, but it also involves the patient in the process.
Now, is there any degradation over the years? Like you said, it's been 10 to 12 years in other places. Have we seen, like, over the years, somehow they lose their fine-tuned ability?
Great question. So in the earlier versions of this lens, a long time ago when it first came out, they found that after some time, the prescription of the lens changed a little bit. So they modified the design of the lens, and they added a coating to the lens that allows better protection of the lens implant. And they also modified how the UV light treatments are done so that no additional changes happen to the lens implant. So now we have lots of long-term data studies, and I've been using this lens for a couple of years now. And I haven't seen anybody's prescription change after it's been done. So it's kind of a one-time deal.
Okay. Now, is this like a regular cataract surgery where, like, the regular when you put the lens in and that's for a lifetime?
Correct.
Are these lenses also a lifetime?
They are.
Okay, so there's no real difference. Is there any difference in the surgery, the approach, or anything like that with these lenses?
It's all exactly the same.
Okay.
The lens is made out of a unique material that contains these molecules or macromers that are UV reactive. And that means they respond to UV light. Mm-hmm. So the only difference in kind of the aftercare with this lens implant is that from the time that I implant the lens in the patient's eye until they complete their UV light treatment, so you're just talking about a few weeks, whenever they're outside in the sunlight, I need them to wear a special pair of sunglasses to make sure that they protect their eyes from UV exposure. Because I don't want the sun UV light to be changing the power of the lens implant. We want to do that in a controlled fashion with the UV light in the office. So that's really the only thing.
All right, so now I want to ask, when you lock it, like you say, you lock it in there, is there something you do when you lock the final lens prescription length or whatever it might be to prevent it from being changed ever again by UV light? Because you're going to walk around the rest of your life with UV light.
Yeah, so the last UV light treatment basically dissipates or removes all the molecules that are left in the lens that are UV reactive.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like cures the lens. It just gets rid of any ability of the lens to be modified by UV light.
So it just exhausts the last of the adjustables that are in there?
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's why after their last UV light treatment, they don't have to wear any special sunglasses. They can be out in sunlight and not have to worry about changing the power of their lens implant. So as you can probably tell, this is completely new. It's very different from how we've traditionally done cataract surgery. And for those patients who have had radial keratotomy in the past, or they've had LASIK, or they have unusual eye geometry or anatomy, this lens is such a great option for them because in the past, we did not have good options for those patients because of the unpredictability of the calculations when it comes to their cataract surgery.
Okay. Now, who's a candidate for this and maybe who's not? If I need trifocals or bifocals, can I have this lens or should I not be a candidate? Or?
Yeah, so this lens, technically, the way it is made and labeled, it's a monofocal lens, meaning it has a single focal point.
Okay.
But they just came out with a newer version of this lens just back in April, a couple of months ago. That's called the Light Adjustable Lens Plus. And this version gives patients more near vision. So it has an added component of close-up vision.
Wow.
So I've implanted this lens in lots of patients now, and they get to enjoy great far, intermediate, and close-up vision. And they don't have to deal with other problems that can happen with trifocal lenses like halos at night. They have really nice crisp vision, both far and close up, and they don't need to wear glasses. So even though, as I mentioned, patients with unpredictable anatomy and previous eye surgeries are good candidates for this lens, but patients who have regular healthy eyes that need progressives or bifocals are also still candidates for this lens.
Oh, that's incredible. Where do you see the future of this going? Are they even working on even more advanced, even beyond this?
Yeah. So one of the things that I expect that will happen with this technology is first, maybe less UV light treatments. I do feel like that is one thing that is sometimes bothersome to patients, that they have to come in for these UV light treatments. So I do tell patients, with the fixed power lenses, we put them in, you come in for a couple of post-op visits and you're done. But with this lens, you need to come back for these 3 UV light treatments. I anticipate that they are going to reduce the number of UV light treatments that are required by kind of improving the technology of how the UV light treatments are performed and delivered. The other thing that might happen as well is, right now patients have to wear those sunglasses to protect their eyes from sunlight. Well, recently they have added an additional coating on the lens to protect it from UV light in case there is accidental UV light exposure.
Oh, wow.
But I wonder if they'll do something additional so that patients don't have to wear those sunglasses at all and still be able to protect their lens implant.
Well, the big question I'm sure you get when you offer this is, okay, what's covered, what's the cost, how does it work?
Yeah, so because this is considered a premium technology that not only improves the vision and corrects the prescription, but it also reduces the need for glasses and it corrects astigmatism, insurance doesn't cover it. So we'll typically allow insurance to cover the bulk of the basics of cataract surgery, and then the patient, if they elect to do this lens, they pay the difference to upgrade to that.
Okay, well, amazing technology. What a modern world we live in.
It really is.
Thanks for telling us about this. It sounds fantastic, and probably, for some of our viewers, maybe something they might be candidate for. So terrific. Dr. Duna Roof with Envision Eye Centers, thanks again.
Thank you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
At Motion Drip, we believe in proactive wellness. Our IV therapy is designed to give you the well-being you deserve. With increased vitamin absorption directly into your bloodstream, it will replenish your body with hydration and nutrients to support your body's functions, increase energy levels, slow signs of aging, improve muscle recovery, and boost stamina. We are located right outside of Gate 8 on Moulton Parkway. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your appointment today, as we will be your proactive partner in wellness.
Have you been to the fair? Well, it's kind of fun, kind of wonderful, as always, every year. And one of the people who makes sure it is fair and wonderful and fun is CEO of the Orange County Fair and Event Center, Michelle Richards. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so CEO of the fair sounds like a kid's dream job. We were talking about, I'm president of the pumpkin patch.
Right.
But the fair isn't just this time of year, it's a year-round event. You have the event center, you have concerts, you have expos that come, so it's something that's managed and run there, and the swap meet, of course, when the fair's not in town. Something's always going on there.
Always. There's something almost every weekend at the fair, and you're right. I mean, we plan for the fair all year long. We're already planning for next year's fair.
Yeah.
But while the fair is not going on, we have lots of trade shows, consumer shows, craft shows that come to the fair.
Yeah, because I'll see the posters of the expo for whatever
That's
coming
right.
to the fairgrounds and this event center and this convention kind of thing. So you guys get a lot of stuff. So that makes sense that there's a CEO of the fair and event center.
It's the best job in the world, too.
And you've been the CEO since 2019, but you've been, I don't mean to carbon date you, but you've been here for decades.
I have. This is my 24th fair.
Wow.
So we measure time in fairs rather than years at the OC Fair and Event Center.
So tell me about the days and some of the ticket information. Because you should be getting your tickets before you go. You guys have had, like the past 3 years, you've had pre-sale so you can sell out the fair and then kind of close things off.
Yes, and we did that coming out of the pandemic because we had to. We had to limit, we had to limit our attendance, and what we found is that it was so much better a guest experience when we controlled the number of people on the fairgrounds on any given day. So we've continued that model because it's so much better for our guests.
Right, the experience inside, you don't want to just like, no, gates are open, everybody come, and then you can't get on anything, the lines are an hour long. So it makes sense to say, okay, well, this is the capacity we can really run and have people have a good experience.
That's exactly right. So, before, it was not unusual for us to have 75, 80,000 people on a given day. And frankly, it wasn't a great experience. It wasn't a great experience for us either. It was a burden on the neighborhoods. And so limiting the attendance has made it such a much more pleasant experience for everyone.
Now for folks who don't know that, maybe somebody shows up, can they still get a ticket if it's not a sold out day?
Not if it's a sold-out day.
Okay. So if it's sold out day, no. But if it isn't, they'll still, because some people don't get the word. They just show up at the fair. They hey, I was here 10 years ago. We didn't have to do this.
Yes. We try to help as many people as possible, but really we want people to go to the website and get their tickets ahead of time.
That's your guarantee for that day.
That's right. You got your spot.
You got your spot. History of the fair, it's been around since 1890. And most fairs are they're for livestock and produce and that kind of thing. And they would have a little entertainment on the side. But Orange County Fair has grown to really be just this monstrous kind of amusement park almost.
It has something for everyone, and you're right, back in the day, it was about all the farmers coming to the fair to learn about new equipment, new techniques, and in order to get the ladies to participate, they started adding pie baking contests and sewing contests, right? And then it just grew from there, and entertainment was added, and so there really is something for everyone.
And there is this agricultural roots to Orange County that some people who are new to the area don't really know. I mean, this was all ag back in the day and farming and that kind of thing. So the county, it made sense for them to have a county fair like that.
Exactly.
When I actually was in high school, I did a photo contest. I think I might have got honorable mention.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So I've been around the fair and been coming there for decades as well. What is it about the fair that you loved? I mean, you were introduced to the fair, like you said, your 23rd year, but what is it about it that just kind of gets you?
You know, my absolute favorite part, sounds a little corny, but it's so true. I love to walk through the fair and see families enjoying themselves together, or little kids that are discovering the fair for the first time, or seeing a baby piglet for the first time, and just seeing the joy on people's faces. There's nothing better in the world. To be able to put on this grand party for the community and have people come and truly enjoy themselves and make memories, that's what it's all about to me.
Do you still kind of walk the fair on a regular time, seeing how things are going, and are you out there enjoying it?
Multiple times a day. I do have my CEO stuff that I have to do. There's, reports that have to get done and emails answered and whatnot. But my favorite thing is to just get out on the grounds and be a part of it all.
And that really kind of shows that down-to-earth level. You don't have to say, well, how are the things going out there, and worry about it. You get kind of the first-hand input from everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Now, not only is it fun food, which we'll maybe get that in a second, but the livestock and that kind of thing, but there's also a lot of concerts. You guys have 3 events, the Pacific Amphitheater there. Yep. You have the hangar and the AMA.
The ASA, Action Sports Arena.
Action Sports Arena. Oh, that's where the trucks and the
That's right.
That's a wild time.
That's a wild time. It is. Fun for all. Yep. In fact, just last night, I hit all 3 of those venues. So country singer Walker Hayes was in the Pacific Amphitheater.
Okay.
Thousands of people. He did a phenomenal show. I walked over to the hangar and caught the last part of Queen Nation. Hugely popular Queen tribute band. Sold out show. And then I went over to the Action Sports Arena for the first time. We had Chris Mabry, who is a comedy hypnotist. And that was such a fun show to watch as well.
That can be a lot of fun. I've been to that kind of thing at a comedy club, and they do that. And it's kind of wild.
Yeah. I got to meet Chris after the show, and he explained to me how he hypnotizes people, and I thought that was very fascinating.
He didn't do any. He didn't try to.
He didn't. He said, "I could try it on you," and I said, "No, I don't think that would be such a good idea in the middle of the fair."
Parakeet. Okay.
That's right.
There's no trigger words.
That's right.
You're going to be okay. For folks who want to get there, we do know that traffic is really congested around off times of the fair, and that's just the normal thing of thousands of people going to one event. What can people do to alleviate that? Is there transportation around?
There is. In fact, the OCTA buses, the OC Fair Express, is back again this year.
Okay.
It leaves every half hour from the Laguna Hills Transportation Center, which I know is really close to Laguna Woods Village. Exactly. And so people can ride the bus to the fair for a round trip of just $4. They get let off in front of one of our gates. They don't have to worry about traffic or parking, and what a great deal, $4.
Now, tickets are not that expensive, but one of the realities of the fair is that everything costs a little bit of something once you're inside. The rides cost money, food costs money, entertainment costs a little bit of money. Are there some free things that people can enjoy when they come to the fair?
Tons of free things. In fact, when my kids were little, I always insisted that there were a few days that we came to the fair where that's all we did was get in and enjoy all the free things. So I mentioned piglets earlier. We have baby piglets that are just 10 days old. So people can enjoy Centennial Farm and all the agriculture exhibits. We've got great shopping, beautiful exhibits this year. Our Art of Music exhibit is back, which features all the art and the artists that create album covers and those iconic album covers. We have a Sand and Sea exhibit all about the beaches in Orange County. There's just a ton of things to do. Lots of free entertainment at the fair, lots of stages that people can just grab something to eat, grab a seat, and enjoy a great show.
Speaking of something to eat, we got the famous fried Oreos and deep-fried donut, deep-fried whatever all these things are. What are some of anything new this year?
So it's all the traditionals are back, right? So you can get your corn dog, you can get your funnel cake, but it seems like honey sriracha is the thing this year. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a bacon-wrapped honey sriracha pork belly on a stick. Doesn't that sound good?
I don't know.
And then the famous Chicken Charlie has created a mini honey sriracha funnel cake, 2 little funnel cakes that serve as the bun in between one of his famous fried chicken breasts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like an experience right there. All right. Did you bring any beer coupons? For the crew wanted me to ask. Any beer coupons for us?
Beer coupons?
Oh, no.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Sorry, guys. I did my best. I tried. I swear. All right. Well, thank you very much, Michelle Richards, CEO of the Orange County Fair and Events Center. Thank you so much for joining us. Sounds like it's having a great year, and it ends. When does the fair end? On the 18th?
Sunday, August 18th.
So only a couple more weeks to go, folks. So get out there and enjoy the fair while you still can.
Come and see us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. We cook, we clean, we listen, we help, we care. And that's why we create customized care plans to enable every senior to maintain their independence. To learn more about how we can help your family, contact us today.
All right, let's get a quick check of your weather. If you're planning on heading out to the Orange County Fair this weekend, it's going to be some pretty nice temperatures. Saturday is going to be the hottest day of the week, so maybe avoid that. But get your tickets for this Thursday or Friday or Sunday. If you have to go Saturday, it might get sold out, so make sure you get those tickets in advance. It's going to be a wonderful weekend, and into the next week, also going to be kind of nice mid-80s to low 80s temperatures, so enjoy that. Tomorrow on the program, Harvard Eye Associates going to be here, and Sports Corner. Stay tuned. Lots of Olympic coverage. I know that from Cole. He's already getting this script ready, and we're getting ready to go on that one. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm your host, Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.